So this is gonna be. It's not gonna be very long. It'll be a short little video that'll just be an additional one. This is gonna be a little prologue, or epilogue, not prologue. Sorry, an epilogue to what happens. So we're just gonna go around, and effectively, from if these characters are played again in the future in Exandria, they will have. Remember, you can just take half if you get less than 10. So everyone's level 12 because they finished Netherdeep. But it will be 1 year from now is when, if these characters are played again in an Exandria campaign I run, it will be in 1 year. The next Exandria campaign will be 1 year regardless from now. But for the next year, we'll start with Pell finishing up and spending the next couple of weeks in on Corel with your friends, and kind of, just enjoying the time you have together, knowing now that your goal is complete. Elixion is set up in his home, and you kind of have enjoyed yourself here. What do all of you do, or what do you do individually? You can go places together. We'll just go one by one, and then if you guys end up doing stuff together, that's great. Pell, what do you do after everything is wrapped up? It's all said and done.
Yeah. Well, for the first week and all, he's recovering, he's partying, he's having a good time. But then, like, at the end of that week, I think he's got to tell everyone that he has to go back to his family. And he's gonna have one big final last dinner with everyone. But I think with, like, just this, I mean, like, he's already probably sent home, like, a lot of money in this adventure.
Yeah.
And he just got an extra 2,000, and he has 2 pre-divergent wines that sells for 1k each, so that's 4,000 gold. Like,
you guys are you're set for life, basically.
yeah, exactly. He could spend his entire life again just with his wife and his son and Hazam, the horse.
So you make your way
That
back
who's
home.
now intelligent and can talk to me and steal my wife away from me. Yeah, I
Okay.
think he's got to go back home.
Okay. So we'll say you make your way home. You can talk before you all set on your ways. What is Ono's plan?
I mean, Ono doesn't have a home. So
Things to say about that.
I feel like Ono's Ono's, here to party and whatever. What do this, next couple weeks. But I think her plan might depend on what Carrie does, because while she is willing to go off on her own, I don't know if that's what. I don't know if I can answer that on my own. You know? But, like, for the record, she would love to go meet Pell's family. If we could, like, not weirdly be like, can we go visit Pell's family?
Well, I think that Carrie and Ono probably discussed this beforehand. So if Pell is doing this big goodbye dinner and intends to set off, like, early the next morning or whatever?
Yeah, probably.
When you come downstairs from your room, Carrie and Ono are already down there, and Ono's offering you breakfast, and we've got our backpacks and we're ready to go.
Like, travel mugs and breakfast sandwiches for the road.
Yeah.
Shoot,
and it's just very matter of fact. We're like, we're coming with you. We want to meet your wife and make sure you get home.
Hell yeah, man. No, he's not gonna say no to that. Of course you guys are coming along.
Okay.
To meet Aisha.
So that's the first thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not saying we have to, like, always follow Pell and stay in his home, but,
Okay.
One thing that Carrie wants to do before leaving on Corral, though, is find someone with the sending spell who can talk to her mother
Mm-hmm.
and tell her mother that they're okay and that they have rescued Elixion, and suggesting that her mother make some sort of appointment to do her long distance thing so that she can't actually talk to Elixion, since she's the big, record keeping historian, poet, storyteller person.
She responds.
The other silly thing I'd like to do before we leave on Corel is I'd like to buy one of those steel drums.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know if that's possible, but I would like to get one of those drums that like plays different notes and sounds really cool, like you're playing under the sea and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, steel
I
drum.
feel like that's the
Yeah.
vibe. I feel like I should be able to get that here, and I would just like that on the record that I would like to buy a steel drum.
All right. You now have a steel drum.
Woo.
You can take half.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Carrie, your mother sends you back a message and says, I will arrange accordingly. And you know that she's powerful enough, and she'll eventually make her way to the city. You find a steel drum, easily to find. You get it from one of the college stores, so it's not like the best quality steel drum you ever made, but it gives you enough knowledge on. You could probably remake it and repair it if it breaks.
Yeah.
But you guys, as you head west out of Oncarel, you guys are. Oh, actually, you have to travel the whole world basically, because you have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a journey.
It is a bit of a journey.
If I'm
Yes.
level 12, do I have tree stride?
You need
Yes.
transport. You need transport via plants.
You need transfer via plants.
Or transport. Do I have that? Let's see.
It is a level 6 spell.
Hey,
Do you have it?
that'll take some time off.
Yeah. So you guys basically right now are down here in Marquette, and you know you have to get to Wildemount. And because you traveled by sea to get up to Wildemount, basically you can catch a tree from Marquette up to. I'll show
We're
you.
taking the mycelium network. It's going to be terrifying.
Oh yes. Well then you can still go where you've been, which will take you to.
Yep.
You guys will effectively end up down here at the eyes of the lake where you guys boated in before, and you guys met your group firstly here by the this grassy portion.
Yeah.
And you eventually do make your way further west into the portion where here's what I'm looking for. Where's I'm looking into Wildemount. You guys make your way into Wildemount, and as you guys make your way into Wildemount, you eventually make your way back to Pell's home. And as you arrive at Pell's home, Pell, you see your horse now has a mare,
Oh,
What?
a wife, a lady horse.
Oh my. Huzzah.
Azam has a mare. And you see Aisha
Is he married?
He is married. And as you and your compatriots make it back here, I like to imagine that while you probably could have traveled very quickly once you got into this part of Jorhas, I like to imagine for my own personal thing that you just walked and enjoyed the time that you're not having to do things.
I think that's accurate.
We weren't like purposefully making the journey take longer than it needed to, but like we weren't purposefully making it go faster than it needed to.
The only detour is that I managed to track down my mentor, and I turned him into a toadstool for a week to see how he likes it.
Yes.
Yes.
And as you guys are making your way there, and you see a lady female horse, and you see Hazam, and you see Aisha and your son, they embrace you, Pell. And then Hazam comes up to you, kind of nuzzles you in the face and says, "Master, it is good that you have returned home. We have much to discuss, but first, hop on. We must go for a ride.
Oh
And-
my gosh,
Oh.
Hazam.
And he leans
It's
down,
been so long.
asking you to climb aboard.
Okay. This is my first time getting on top of a talking horse, Hazam, but
And as
That's
Oh
not
my.
technically true, says Carrie.
as
You
Hazam
know
I
gives
don't
you
remember you
You're
Hazam
not
talking before,
wrong.
Hazam
horse.
gives you a dirty look because he
Oh
wants
no,
to be the
I
first.
think I'm not. I think I'm not his godmother.
But you ride Hazam around your horse farm for a while,
Oh,
and then you spend some
And
time.
presumably we hang out with Pell's wife.
I've yeah, go meet.
Well,
I'm not
as-
complaining. I'm just saying. I just
Hold
want
on.
this on the
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
That's what we did.
This entire campaign, I've had this bone necklace that I specifically wrote for Hazam.
Mhm.
Just like the very first couple of sessions. I don't even remember how I got it, but I'm finally giving him this necklace as a gift.
Oh.
He wears it. He puts it on. You put it on him, and he goes, "I will wear this with pride until my dying day, master."
Before we left, as we're walking out of Oncorel, we forced Pell to buy some things for his wife and his son. So
I mean, sending them.
they're probably
sending
not very
them a
good. It's like getting
retirement is
something
not enough.
at the convenience store.
Yes.
It's like getting something at the convenience
Convenience
store
store.
for Valentine's Day.
As he rides around, and Aisha invites you to. Basically, it's nice weather outside, and they have outdoor furniture set up, and so Aisha brings you some drinks and some food, and kind of listens to you regale kind of what's happening. And every time you say something super dangerous that probably could have killed Pell, she throws a glance his way, but he's having too much fun riding Hazam to notice.
Yeah,
I was
man.
gonna say,
But
I
you
feel like
you feel
I
it
feel
though,
like after
Pell.
the second time that she does that, I'd like to start using euphemisms instead of saying. Then the guy took his baseball bat and
She looks at you like a baseball bat.
Baseball bat.
But yes, so eventually she laughs. You can see she cries. You tell her about your death and your rebirth and your saving of Elixion and the Apotheon and the world traveling and all these other things happened before you met Pell with Pell, and now you're here. She actually, as you're getting towards the end of your story, and kind of she asks you some questions about kind of where you're from and how you guys all came together, and you kind of recount all of that to her. She goes, she kind of snaps and she remembers something, and she goes, "Oh, hold on." She goes into the house and she shuffles out with her one leg and her crutches, and she hands you a letter. Oh no,
a letter.
a letter.
Is it the letter A?
No, it's a mail
no,
letter. I know.
I'm aware. I don't know.
I know. I like to imagine that's what Ono asks, though. Is it the letter A? And she goes, "No, it's
Is it the letter A?
it's a postal. It's a postal letter." She's like, a very strange man dropped this off. Like last week, he said you were making your way here. That he'd been keeping eyes on you, and I don't know. He was very boisterous and very loud. He had some metallic being with him named Dodie or something. I don't know. He was very loud.
And when she says Dodie, the fangirl eye, and she rips the letter from you, and she probably rips the page a little bit in her haste to open it up and read this letter.
As you rip it open, something falls to the ground, and then you have the letter in your hand. What do you do first? You look to what fell to the ground, or do you look at the letter?
I want the thing that fell.
You reach down to the thing that fell. It's about the size of a business card. It's emblazoned in gold, and it says, "Official membership into Terry and Darrington's brigade. Membership number 239. It is your official brigade membership card. You are now officially a member." And in the letter, all it says is, "Oh no, comma. It took you long enough. I'm proud of you. Signed, Tyrion."
probably actually Ono's reaction. Like, she probably, like, because it's short enough that she is able to, like, read it out aloud to everybody, and then just, like, starts bawling over both of these things.
So Carrie, like, she comes over and she's, hugging Ono and patting her on the shell, and over Ono's head, she sort of mouths to Belle, "It took you long enough? What the fuck?"
Damn.
And as you guys
And
are
then pat, 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 this is wonderful. It's so good. I'm very proud of you too.
and as you guys are sitting there now enjoying the later hours of the evening with Pell and his family and his aunt's family, you get a nice summerish, fallish breeze kind of blowing through. And as this breeze is kind of blowing some leaves in the air, Carrie, you get the smell of like a very strong sensor memory from the smell that's catching your nostrils. And as it catches your nostrils and you just kind of inhale and you wait for a second, the breeze blows past and you hear your name, your actual name, for the first time that you've been able to understand it in Aeorian on the wind. And you feel this kind of almost like spark of inspiration. And as you just start speaking, you're kind of just feeling it kind of enlightened and just very relaxed. You start speaking in your original mother tongue of Aeorian, and you realize in this time that you've been working with Ayun and embracing your new connection to the earth and just letting your life develop as it has, you have regained the ability to speak your lost mother tongue.
Oh, perfect.
And with that, the sun will set on this prologue for these characters who will spend however much time they desire with Pell and his family. And now the last thing I wanted to do, we're there because I think this is a fun thing. If there were any questions or things you've been wanting to know for a long time, I will finally answer them for you.
Oh
If not,
no, I
that's
haven't thought about that.
If not,
Yeah,
that's fine.
I've been trying
mean,
to get them all out of my mind so that I didn't have to.
I don't know if this is like spoilers or anything, but I mean, what happens with Greenie, dude?
You want me to tell you what happens with Greenie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Can we go visit Greenie?
a little bit,
In
unless
this year?
like if he plays a part in the future or something. I don't know. Then maybe not. But if not, then yeah, I sort of want to know.
I will tell you that Greenie was able
He
to
died on
save
the
the
trip.
majority of his village. Not
Let's
all of
go.
them.
Yay.
Not all of them, because that's not viable. But he was able to partner with some of the other townsfolk and village folk and save a majority of the people from the village.
He's a hero.
Mhm.
He's a hero.
Yeah, he is.
We love him.
Yeah, we
Okay.
do.
Okay. What level is Carrie's mom?
I think she's like 18.
Yes. Okay.
Damn. 18?
Yeah. No, I knew she was
Holy
badass with
shit.
the spell that she was casting, but
Who is your mom? Like, what's her name?
listen, Carrie thought she knew that. And she's not so sure anymore. 'Cause apparently,
Yeah.
her mom used to be human.
Goddamn. Okay.
But yeah.
Badass.
But my thoughts on the future of like this campaign, this world is, personally, I think it would be nice to sunset this and get a new low-level party that react to this in the future. That would be what I think would be neat. But obviously, if you guys want to play in another Exandria campaign, we can figure that out closer to then. But
I just really feel like Ono being an NPC in the future would be great. For the record. So
I do think that
Probably has-
eventually Carrie would ask Ono where she would like to have her bakery.
Yeah, this is a big
And
question.
request that maybe if it could be somewhere that has caves and is maybe a little more on the damp side, that would be great.
More
Because
mushroomy?
because then she would definitely want to like help you out and stuff, but Carrie's not going to be happy staying in one place all the time.
Yeah, I was like debating like maybe Ono's new goal should be to like run not changing her goal from bakery significantly, but just to run like the equivalent of a food truck.
And we're going to do a series of pop-ups is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether like pop-ups or like no like mobile food stand.
Okay.
I want a food truck.
There you go.
We can food truck and then also be heroes for hire if necessary every now and
You have
again.
the money, and you can always use carry as the labor, like the horse labor for 10 hours or 20 hours a day.
That's
you just go
true.
wild shape. You have to buy a horse.
That's true.
So I feel like that's the best solution to the fact that like she's probably not really gonna want to leave Carrie, but Carrie's not really gonna want to be in one place.
Yeah.
So like, food cart truck.
Fair. And I feel like for Pell too, you kind of hit the nail on the head at the end there too, that you've kind of made enough money now that you don't have to do this anymore.
He gets to be mayor
Yeah.
of his town. Or,
I mean,
Hassan's going to be the mayor.
Now you can actually just run your horse farm.
Shit. That could be... I could do my favorite dream.
You could
actually breeding
You
horses.
could actually run
And not
horses.
get forced into adventuring.
Yep, that's the only reason
Because
Now-
no money.
he got
I
forced
was
into it
trying-
because his
I
wife
love
got hurt,
that.
and he needed to make money because his wife couldn't for a while because she got hurt.
Yeah.
And so he got forced into adventuring by her. Where do you think he got his weapons and armor and training from? Aisha.
I'll come
Yes,
be your
sir.
horse. I'll come be your horse midwife.
Oh yeah, dude.
Horse
Yeah.
Do it.
midwifery. That's funny. So I think it
Now,
kind of
I was
sounds
trying
like
to think of really bad puns for the bakery. Like, at first I was gonna message, send a message to Terry and ask if I could franchise the Slayer's cake, or Terry / the rest of the group. But she'd go through Terry because even though it's the multiple people of Vox Machina that did that, she would remember that it was Terry that was part of it.
I feel like if Vex got presented with the concept of a franchise, she would be all over that shit.
But then I was also trying to think of like, is there a better like food truck version of that? And then I also was like, it also would be funny if I called it the prayers cake because of the three prayers.
The prayer bears. Yes.
Yeah.
you still also have that Jewel of Three Prayers, and it's still fully active. You don't ever lose that unless you give it away. Yeah.
So something
like,
of the three prayers.
Just for the record, we need to decide the official pun name of the
Okay, we can work on it.
food truck. Yeah.
But so it sounds like for this campaign and this story, the stories have been told, the futures are what they are, and it would be better for them in the future to be NPCs. And if we were to do another Exandria campaign, it would be in the future, post this adventure in a homebrew kind of fashion. So
I don't want to sunset Carrie, but I also think, because for one thing, how often do you get to play a character past 4 or 5, let
here's
alone
the
12?
thing too.
But
Like, I am not opposed to in the future. Like, if we do another campaign in Exandria at lower levels, I am not opposed to doing like mini arc adventures, like 2 or 3 sessions of your 3 higher levels that get called to go and do something at their current level, and then go do that. And
that would be so great. But what I was gonna say is, I definitely want to do another Exandria one, and I have a character ready to go.
Well, there you go. Well, I won't have a campaign ready to go until at least the fall, so
And
I
that's
can
fine.
tell you that right off the rip. It's at least the fall time. So, as of right now, is everybody interested in doing another Exandria campaign? This will be more homebrew, all homebrew really, in the fall-ish time.
Yes.
5,000% interested.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. So it'll be once I'm done with all. It'll likely not be until at least October. So and that's just a rough guesstimate right now because I'll probably have to take my boards in September. I'm not done with school till mid-August, and I'm not even gonna try and plan anything at that time. So it'll be at least October.
Yeah.
probably.
No. You get that real life stuff.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, that gives everyone the chance to have whatever you need to do in the spring. You have your whole summer, and by the time
Yeah.
fall and winter come around, everybody's like, let's just play all the time. It's not nice
Hmm.
outside, crappy weather. Let's go do
Hmm.
game stuff. So
Yes.
cool. So we'll say
I mean, for the record, that is my opinion all year round, but like,
that's
yeah.
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. So tentatively fall-ish time. We'll probably do it with 4 or 5 players. We'll figure that out as we go. If there's people you guys want to actively have in the game, even if it's just NPCs or like 1 or 2 or guests or whatever, that's fine. We'll just compile a list and we'll go from there. And then we'll figure out who we all want to get in there and play. And then we'll, closer to the timing, we'll figure out more of like what we want it to be about, how we want to do it. I have some ideas. It'll be after all of this, and so the people you have met in this campaign and your characters' names you'll probably hear them on the wind somewhere.
The wind. Yep.
There you go. But yeah, unless you guys have anything else you want to know about this module, this campaign, that's all I really had planned.
Alex,
Damn,
this is
dude.
just
All you had planned. That's it.
That was it.
this has been amazing. This is only the second campaign that I've ever actually, that finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with an actual ending as opposed to
Not a TPK or anything.
yeah, not a TPK or like
TPK,
people
not a
not being able to
scheduling,
get
yeah.
together, that kind of thing. It was such a good story, and it's not just the good writing and everything, it's the way that you did it, and Moon and Esther. You're my buddies, you're my Zoodle buddies, and this has just been the most beautiful thing. Fun and funny and sad and
Heartbreaking and
bittersweet and triumphant and everything. All those things.
Well, I appreciate that. And actually, there is one thing I forgot to give your characters. Now that you said it, you reminded me. Hold. Let me get to what I need to get to, and then you can just throw these on your characters. I just gotta get there. Where is it? Oh, here we are. All right, so you get to pick a boon.
A boon.
A boon.
What?
Ooh.
A boon from the DMG.
Ooh.
Is there a boon for my own?
A boon from Ioun. But yes, there are lots of cool boons in here. You just write down what they are. I think I have to physically add them into your sheets, so just write them down like the note section what they are. Yeah, there's like Boon of High Magic. You gain a 9th level spell slot, provided you already have one, which you don't, so you can't have that one. Basically, you have to be able to fulfill the requirements if they have one. Like there's Boon of Luck and Magic Resistances and Peerless Aim. You can just give yourself a +20 to a range attack you make. Yeah. So go through and
Wow.
figure out whatever boon you want. You get them from when you guys do fall asleep after saving Apotheon. The 3 goddesses all appear to you in your dreams, and they each grant you a boon. So
Damn.
there you go. But yeah,
Free
so
boon.
just write on there what you want, and then I'll just add it to your sheet later. But you all get a boon as long as you can fulfill the requirement of it, if it has one. So there you go. But yes, so with that, we are officially done.